Hey everybody, it's Jim from Cigars. And I know it looks like I'm just reviewing a no-name cigar, but this is actually the Leaf by Oscar, and this is a Corojo. I'm showing a picture with its packaging of the Leaf, and I did take that off before that, so if you buy one of these, don't smoke it with that leaf on. When I was taking off the outer leaf wrapper, I could feel something, and I just kind of peeled it, and the band and the inside band kind of feels like wet cardboard. But inside you see is a very nice looking cigar. This is a Gordo size, 60 gauge by 6 inches. And as I mentioned, it's a Corojo. And I have kind of a fun fact about Corojo. Corojo tobacco seeds were actually developed in Cuba around 1930. But as of today, Cuba doesn't grow any Corojo tobacco. It's almost all grown in Honduras. The little bit that isn't grown in Honduras is grown in, believe it or not, Kentucky in the US. So that's the story of Corojo tobacco. I think Corojo had its heyday a while back, although there's still some pretty good cigars made with Corojo tobacco. Again, most of them made in Honduras. One thing I like about the cigar, believe it or not, is it's kind of environmentally friendly. It doesn't use cellophane. And I mentioned the band being organic material, and it also doesn't come in a box. It comes in a bundle of 20, kind of wrapped with a natural tobacco material as well as paper. The Leaf by Oscar actually comes in 4 different tobaccos. We're doing the Corojo here, but also Connecticut, Sumatra, and Maduro. So if you're shopping for these, keep an eye out for the one that you like the best. My history with the cigar is I had one of these a long time ago. And I think when they first came out. And I was not very impressed by it. But lately I've been circling back to some of the old stuff that I smoked and giving it another try and finding that some of that stuff is pretty good after all. I'm going to get this lit up and smoke it down and get back to you in a few minutes. I'm back smoking this Leaf by Oscar Corojo. And a couple of things I forgot to mention earlier. This cigar is really a creation by 2 people, Oscar Valladares, who is a cigar maker in Honduras, and a character by the name of Island Jim Robinson, who owns a cigar store in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He supposedly really came up with the concept, and then him and Oscar together developed it and made it happen. I got a link in the description to Jim Robinson's cigar shop in Pittsburgh, and it is a wild ride, I'll tell you. So take a look at that link if you have a chance. But anyway, let's get back to the cigar. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that tobacco leaf that they had it packaged in. I'm showing a picture of it. It has some very troubling green spots on it. I bought this cigar about 2 months ago at my local shop, and I didn't notice those green spots at the time. But man, I looked at that and I thought, oh man, this could be trouble. But when I took that leaf off, perfect cigar underneath. I'm sort of impressed by that technique of packaging the cigar. And it certainly results in a nice looking and healthy cigar. All right, let's talk about body. Body on this is right down the middle. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's a medium cigar. Started out a little bit with some spice, but that went away, and it really has that coffee, cocoa, and cashew nut undertone that is pretty common in Corojo cigars. In terms of smoking experience, nice smoke production, as you saw at the beginning of this segment, but also good taste overall. I think I'm like most people to say Corojos don't knock me over. As I mentioned earlier, it isn't as popular of a wrapper as it has been in the past. And I think the reason is it just doesn't have standout flavor. So overall smoking experience, very good construction, taste okay, and I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Not fantastic, but pretty good. I got to say I'm pleasantly surprised. I told you I tried one of these a long time ago and didn't really think it was that great. This is worth trying. Price point, I don't know, about 10 bucks or so. I think you could probably land one of these for. So if you're feeling adventurous, or if you want to try one of the other flavors of it, the Maduro or the Sumatra or the Connecticut, if those are more up your alley, try those. But I would give this Leaf by Oscar line a try. Been around a while, the novelty's kind of wearing off, but it's worth going back to. All right, See you next time from Cigars, Cigars, Cigars.